Flosstube, I'm Lori and welcome to Once Upon a Stitch. It's been a little while since I've made my last video. I promised that I would be back at the middle of the month, but life got in the way and I am slightly stressed getting ready for the holidays. But today is Friday, December 20th, 2019, and it is approximately 1:45 p.m. My husband just left for some physical therapy. In my last video I had explained he's having knee surgery. Yes, he is having a total knee replacement on his right knee. And the doctors suggested that he go to physical therapy ahead of time to strengthen the muscles around there so it may make it for a little bit easier recovery. So he just ran out, and we had just run back home from doing some errands for Christmas shopping, and when he comes home we have to run out again. So I'm hoping to get this done and uploaded by the time he returns. If not, I'll have to upload it this evening. But welcome to all new people who have come for the first time. Welcome, a special welcome for the people who have come back, because I love your comments and your words of encouragement for my husband. Thank you very much. And just for coming back every time I make a video. So I'm happy to share with you what I've been working on. It's not as much as I usually do, but I've been babysitting. Rebecca went back to work last Monday. What was that? The 9th. And her mom watched Caleb the first 2 days, and I had him for 3 days. And then I babysat Saturday evening. He stayed overnight. So I'll get into the more personal stuff at the end of the video. Right now we're going to get right into some things that I've been up to. I haven't had any fully finishes since my last video, but I did want to share this with you because it's funny. Last year I saw this at Hobby Lobby, and I don't know, I thought it was a little expensive to buy, and I waited until the prices were coming down for their after Christmas sale, and by that time they were gone. So this year they had the 50% off, and I did purchase it, but I saw it on Married with Stitches. They showed it as a finish, and that was the exact same thing I had intentions to do. But it's this little basket, and this is not a finish that I just finished. It's a previous one, but I just wanted to show you that they come like this, and I just thought they were great to put a magnet here and then put a little finish in there. It's crooked now, but how, you know, I thought that was really cute. So right now it's an ornament for the tree like that. This was a Lizzie Kate pattern. Okay, so that was just a previous finish and an idea for finishing for anybody who would like to try it. Okay, I also finished, since the last time we were together, the Little House Needleworks ABCs, Winter ABCs. And I did it on a 28 count Springfield Sage Lugana, and I did it on 28 count, and the previous was the fall series that they do. I forgot the exact name of it, and I must have done it on an 18 count because it's a little bit shorter. As you can see, it almost doesn't fit in the frame of the camera. And I swapped out the alphabet from white to cucumber. And yes, so I have a finish. Now I have to get a special, they don't have sticky board that long. And so I'm going to get a regular matte board at Hobby Lobby. I probably won't get there till after the holidays. But it's winter, so I still have January, February, part of March to display it. The next one that I completed was the Little House Needleworks Hometown Holiday Series, and I was working on the toy store. And this is my finish, and this was done on a 28 count Lugana, and this was light ash gray. It's hard to see the snow, I guess. There you go. But I'm not going to finish these until I get like a couple of them done. I don't know, 3, 4. I'll get a couple of them done and then see if I want to do them as pillows to be hung or flat. But those are the only 2 finishes I had. Then I started this Prairie Schooler 2009 Prairie Schooler. And this one was gifted to me by Leah. And this is how far I've gotten on him. And this is on an 18 count soft mocha Devosa. 18 count. So I have like the whole half of him to go yet. I'm not making the progress that I have been in the past. I don't know why, but I am enjoying stitching. I just don't have as much time as I anticipated. This is Luminaria Lane by Hands On Design, and I swapped out the tealy colors for red, and I gave the chimney, I did that in black. So I have the rest of the trees and snow on that side, and then the words and the bottom border. So that won't make it on the tree this year. It seems that when I come home, or if it's been a really busy day or late night, I don't stitch at all, or I don't stitch as much. Okay, this is Stacy Nash, Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. Picture's really dark. And this time I've started the house. I did some of the side border. I think it was just 2, I don't know what you call them, twigs. 2 of these. And then I got to the house and I started that. And that roof that I've completed so far is over 1,000 stitches. And I don't usually count my stitches, but a lot of times when I hear people talking about what they're working on for magical stitches, they have to do so many stitches and they count it. And just to get a ballpark idea of how many stitches that was, I counted them and it was 1,000. And it took me two nights to do that. So it's a lot of stitching. That what doesn't show like much. I got a number of questions about this. This is a band sampler born in 1604, and it's a Works by ABC pattern. And this was done in greens and looks like blue or purple. It's hard to tell through a photograph. But Arlene is always good about saying, you know, use the colors that you want to use. Just pick 2 colors and, you know, go with it. So I found this band finish at Needleworker's Delight. This is already printed. It's like a ribbon border on both sides. And I used weeks. I used 2 color weeks, and it was Emerald and Cayenne. And I just have, so the last time you saw it, I had this done, those 2 borders. So I got all that accomplished in the 2 nights. And then I have basically the second half of the band that I'm working on, and then that bottom band to complete this. So this is going to be, now it's so close to the end of the month that I was trying to figure out how many projects I have to work on until the end of the month. And basically it's just 4 after tonight. So I'm going to be working on this. So this is my to-do till the next video, and the next video will probably be after January, might be around the 6th of January, which is my mother-in-law's birthday. She'll be 92. Let's see. Okay, so I'm getting relatives from Australia visiting for a couple of days. Not long enough, but it's nice to have them. The next one I worked on was Lila's Studio Holiday Quaker. And I started the house down at the bottom corner. And that's how much I've gotten accomplished. That little house down there. And the pathway. the final one that I worked on, and that's Jack Frost's Tree Farm. And last time I showed you, I had just gotten to Jack's house. Now I've gotten past that to his tree sign. Okay. These 3 red posts, I guess. That's how much I got done at a meetup that we had on Saturday. And then the rest, I picked 2 days and worked on the rest of the frame and then put it away. So I'll probably pick this one up again in the one of the 4 that I need, that I'll touch. And then tonight and the next night I'll be working on the Joan Elliott Christmas stocking. This is the last time you saw it. This is where it was, and this is where I will pick up from. I'm going to try and do some of the, I'm going to finish the center section, and then I'm going to try and do some of the back stitching so I don't have to leave it to the end. As you can see, I've done some here and around his face and hat. So I'm going to bring some of it down where I can, because I don't want to back stitch and where I have to stitch next to it so it doesn't get lost in case it does. So that's what's going to be for the next 2 nights. Then after that, I'm going to pick up the Templar Prophecy and put in 2 days on that one. I really love working on this so far. You never know. I might get burnt out on it, but the last time you saw it, it was here, and I'm hoping it's going to be quite ambitious for a page finish, but maybe not. So I'll be working on this after the Joan Elliott one, and that's it. That's all I have to share with what I've been doing and what I will be working on. So the next thing I want to do, here it is my giveaway. And I was trying to keep track of, like, the question was, do you like snow and, you know, enjoy it and this and that. And a lot of you were trying to trick me, because you'd say, I like snow, but I don't like driving in it, or I don't like it when it turns to ice. So I was trying to see if I can do the yeses and the nos and see, but I couldn't really get it true, because are you going to say, yes, you enjoy it, or no, you don't? You can't say, yes, I do, if I'm inside cuddled up. So anyway, the yeses won because of that. So my giveaway was for Frosty Friends by Waxing Moon Designs. And before I came on, I did the random number generator, and it was number 24. And that is KathyslowstitchH. She said yes, that she liked snow. So Kathy, I'm going to put my email address below. You can message me on Instagram, whatever's easier. Send me your address and I'll get that out. I don't know if I'll get to the post office before Christmas, but I will definitely send it out right after, if not before. Okay, so, back to, so I went up, basically I'm going to be stitching what I've stitched on, what I've shown you, so nothing new to report. My January will be like what I'll be stitching on for the new year. It'll be a little bit late because we will have relatives over, and I can't stitch while they're here. You know, they're only here for a short period of time. So I will plan and meet up with you hopefully by January 6th and let you know what my January stitching will be. And yeah, that's it. All I can say is I want to stitch the projects that I'm very close to finishing, like 1 or 2 rotations. I want to put those in first, get them done, and then the other part of my planning would be to not start something until some of my whips are done, because if I have over 15 whips, it's going to be at a point where I'm not going to touch some of them, and I really want to touch them and work on them and get them accomplished. even not fully finished, but you know, stitched. And then when I feel like finishing, I have the time, because between my husband's surgery and watching the baby, it'll be a little tight for a while. So, okay, life updates. The first one is, yes, my husband is having a total knee replacement, January 14th. He'll be in the hospital for a couple of days. Then he's going to have physical therapy at home for 2 weeks. And then I have to drive him to physical therapy for the 4 remaining weeks. Cannot drive because it is his right knee for 6 weeks in total. So that's number one. We went to the hospital one Monday for a meeting to find out what was entailed and what he had to go through and things like that. So we did that. Then my babysitting started, like I mentioned briefly in the beginning. Caleb slept, so he was here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, and then, during the day. And then, you know, every night he went home. And then Saturday we had our Christmas party get together from the group of friends that we met through the New Jersey Flosstube retreat. And we met at Barbara Nelson's house. And I have to say, it was like a winter wonderland. It was gorgeously decorated for all the holidays. And it was just magnificent. We had a lovely time being all together. Unfortunately, a couple of our friends couldn't make it. But we did but video chatted with them. And so it was nice, but it wasn't as nice as having them there. But, you know, you understand, sometimes you just can't make it. But all in the same, we had a smalls exchange. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I saw a package that was wrapped and it said, "This is us." And I love the show. And then the other parts of it, like I was looking at it, and there were people that were in bands, a music band, B-A-N-D. And I'm like, I'm not up on who they are, but I noticed there were bands on them. And I said, okay. So anyway, I ripped it open and I was so excited that I'm going to share it with you, that this was my small that I received. And it's Let's Stitch. And this is from Kathy from To Die House. She's one of our group friends. And she designed this, and she stitched it, and she finished it, and I love it. And she has everybody's names on it. And we had a late group person, a person join us later on, and her name was Kristen. And this was the first time I was meeting her, actually. And Kathy already had designed this and finished it, and so she added Kristen's name as a little tag and put some needles on it, and it's just beautiful. And I don't think I can ever finish a drum, so to have this means so much to me. It's just beautiful. Thank you again, Kathy. I'm so lucky that I selected yours. So anyway, back to the wrapping. Kathy called me out on it. She goes, "Did you notice?" I said, "Well, yeah, this is us," and now I get it, this is us. But she goes, "Did you notice the other things?" I said, "Well, they were part of the band." And she goes, "They're drummers." And I was like, "Oh, drummers, drum." So yeah, that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs that day, and not much stitching. I showed you the 16 stitches that I put in together, that we were together there, but we had a lovely time. And then that night, from there, we drove over to my son and Rebecca's house and picked up Caleb because he was sleeping over. They were going to attend a Christmas party. So we brought him home, and I have a pack and play, and right now the mattress is up high, and I also bought another mattress, a thicker mattress than if you're familiar with the pack and play, it comes with a very thin mattress. So I bought a thicker one so that he would be more comfortable when he is with us. So we carried the pack and play upstairs so that he was in the room with us. But let me tell you, every and that he made, I was looking to check on him to see that everything was okay. It's been so long. since I had to take care of a baby. So like, you know, they're in your charge. You want to make sure everything is going well. So I was like right there. He slept pretty well, I have to say. It's just that he made noise during the night and he turned on his side, and so like every little thing. So I did not sleep well, but he slept well. So that's all that counts. And then the next day, James and Amy, my other son and new daughter-in-law, invited us over for a late breakfast, brunch maybe, and they just received their photographs from the wedding. So we got to watch that, and then so that was like from 10 o'clock on, and then Sal and I had to be at a community theater production of A Christmas Carol. My cousin belongs to a suburban women's club, and they were doing a fundraiser to raise money for scholarships for students, high school students in that town. It's the same town that Michael and Rebecca live in. So we decided that we were going to go this year because we wanted to see Christmas Carol, and it was a lot of fun. Though Sal and I were both exhausted. Because he gets up with me when the baby did get up during the night. He got up to warm the milk, and I attended to the baby, and so we both didn't sleep well. But we did go to that, and then we went out to dinner, and then when we came home, we kind of just like vegged out on the couch. He in one room and me in the other, because we don't watch the same things. But so that's what I've been up to, and I just have one question that somebody asked. I had mentioned that usually when I'm cross-stitching, I'm in front of the television and I watch Netflix. And sometimes I watch a series over again because I am cross-stitching. I don't always catch the details sometimes. I catch the gist of what's going on, but you know, I sometimes lose the details. But she did ask me what series, if I can talk about it in my video. So I'm going to mention just a few that I've been watching on Netflix. And you know, everybody has different tastes, and you know, mine might not be what you like, but these are the ones that I've watched. Now, as far as I'll do the general, what do you call them? GP? General? No, that's a doctor. Practitioner. Like, anybody can watch practically, or anybody might like it. So, and that would be the Gilmore Girls. I was way behind on that. I know it was on regular TV, and I had no idea about it. I know a few people reference it in their videos, so I decided to give it a try, and I totally enjoyed it. I was sorry to see it end, and I think that was 8 seasons, and plus they had a special after that. So that was, I enjoyed that a lot. When Calls the Heart, that was all the controversy with Lori Loughlin being taken out of that show. But I did watch, I forget if there was 5 seasons that were on Netflix, but the most recent ones, because they're on television, are not on Netflix, and they might not be there for a while. And I also watched Heart of Dixie, which was a cute story, and it's the kind of place, takes place in a place where I would love to live in. Like, the town knows everybody and everything that's going on. It just seems like it's a really nice place to live. Another one was Heartland. Somebody recommended it to me, and I watched it, and I did enjoy it. But again, that's another one that's on TV, so the latest ones are not on. But I think there were a number of seasons of that as well. And then I would say The Crown. I just finished watching that. Now these are, I'm going to say, for the mature audience, and not everybody wants to see naked people. So it's not for everybody, but I enjoyed it. And that would be Outlander. I believe there's 4 seasons out on Showtime. I think it's Showtime. But the 3rd one just came out in Netflix. So I watched the latest one on Outlander. Then I watched Nightfall, K-N-I-G-H-T, Nightfall. And basically it's about the Templars. And being that I was stitching the Templar Prophecy, I wanted to see who the Templars were. And it did give me the information, I guess, for me that I needed, and understand who the Templars were, and their affiliation with the Catholic Church and things like that. So I enjoyed that. I watched the Medicis, which is the story of the family in Florence and the church in Florence getting it erected and the dome at the top, and I enjoyed that. The Borgias, which is the story of the Pope, one of the popes, who he became a pope, but he was previously married, and I forget how many children he had. It's been a while since I've seen that series, but I did enjoy watching that. And they talk about the d'Este family, which is d'Este, and I remember when I was in Italy going to their Villa d'Este, which is, I guess, the home that these people lived in, and it had fountains galore, and it was gorgeous. So, you know, like, it had some history, but it also had some meaning to me in watching and hearing the names of these families and the history behind it, even though it might be a stretch of history, but I enjoyed it. And then Reign, R-E-I-G-N, which is the story of Queen Mary. I forget. It's been a while. But it was on channel 11, I think it was. It was on television, and I guess I didn't know about it. And so when I mentioned it to my son that I was watching this, he says, oh, that was on TV. And it was a conflict between Scottish reign and English. The English. I'm not good at explaining things. I'm sorry. But I enjoyed that. And then 13 Reasons Why. I watched that, and that's about teenage suicide. A son of mine, a friend of my son's, committed suicide, and you know, it affected the whole family when it happened. And you know, like, I had mentioned this to somebody else to watch it, and she says, oh, that doesn't, you know, that seems like a stretch that would happen. And you know, working in a high school, yeah, things do happen, and it's very sad that they have to happen and that people don't ask for help. But I did watch that. So those are the only ones I'm going to talk about, and I'm sorry if I was not good at explaining them, but I hope you give some of them a try if you're interested, and if you do watch them, let me know if you like them. That's me in a nutshell, I guess. I do like watching series. I do like hearing a story of somebody's life, fake or not. But I guess that's about it. I guess Hanukkah is about Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Best wishes for a happy, healthy New Year. I hope to be back at the beginning of the year. I hope this wasn't too scatterbrained for you. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you come back. Until next year, take care, everybody. Bye.